The most decorated Eagle in AU volleyball history, Rubena Sukaj was a three-time All-America selection and a three-time Patriot League Player of the Year, whose 2,097 career kills top both the Patriot League's and AU's all-time lists. She was a three-time All-Region honoree, a three-time Patriot League first-team selection, a three-time Patriot League All-Tournament team selection, and was named the PL Tournament MVP in 2008. Her lengthy statistical achievements include a league and program record 294 service aces, a program best 4.57 kills per set, at a total of 637 kills as a junior in 2007, which ranks as the league's single-season high. A member of the Patriot League's 25th anniversary team and a two-time academic All-American, Rubena can now also call herself a proud member of the Cassell Hall of Fame. And presenting Rubena tonight is winner of 16 Patriot League titles and a Cassell Hall of Famer himself, ladies and gentlemen, AU volleyball head coach Barry Goldberg.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here again, following Steve Jennings. Steve and I have a really great relationship here. He is the prepared one, as you can see in his delivery, and I am the just tell it like it is kind of person. So we've had a really neat camaraderie over the years. I really like actually having to play 2 weeks after he finishes winning his league. It fires me up to try to win our league as well, and we've been able to do that pretty well back to back. So just want to say congratulations also to Irene, who's just here, obviously, and Ray in the back. Congratulations. Welcome to the club here. And to Michael. Where's Michael? Somewhere around, right? Happy to have you in the club. Looking forward to hearing you after this. I want to go over a little bit of just an incredible person who has been a part of our program. 10 years ago now, she actually is being inducted into the Hall of Fame on her first go-round, which is pretty special, and she is one of a kind here. Rubenas Sukaj is our new honoree and a member now of the Cassell Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Rubena. We have a little story to tell you, of course, and we're going to start with their family, the Sukaj family. They are really unique, unique people. We've known them now for a good 10 years since they've been here, and they're very, very kind people, very giving. Their mom, Zana, you could stand up if you would there. This is the mom. And her dad, Chamal. Dad Chamal is here. And their brother is here, Marlon, as well. Chamal was a basketball player, for you basketball fans out there. And and Zana is a linguist, actually. She's a PhD, came from Albania. The family's from Albania. And a really neat story to tell you about how they ended up coming here. Was an amazing scenario here. This is a great family, very kind people, and they had a dream. And their dream was to be here. That was their dream. And in the year, I believe it was 1997, they decided that they wanted to try to come to America as a family. And as they were here, trying to make this come, they applied for I guess it would be a green card or citizenship to come here. And they went through the process of a lottery. That's how some of the foreign people try to come to the United States. They came, they were in the lottery, and they got through the first section of the lottery, and they were denied the second step of the lottery. I talked with Rubena about this for a little while. She was telling me the scenario of how they had to go through, and their family was trying to come to the United States. And in 1997, The country was going through some changes, and the family wanted to better their lives by coming. They were denied on the second step of this opportunity to try to come here, but they kept with the dream, and the dream was real for them. And as they continued for the next 5 or 6 years into this dream, they actually had another opportunity in 2004, 7 years later. By that time, Rubena, who's here, was actually a senior in high school. And as a senior, she's preparing now to go to college. And she was admitted actually to go to a school in Italy, which is right across the sea, Adriatic Sea for you geography majors. She was going to go to a school in Italy. She was already accepted in the school in Italy and trying to decide if this is what she wanted to do. By some chance, in 2004, there was an Olympic Games going on, and the Olympic Games were in Greece. And Greece, really close to, connected to Albania. And so what she did was she actually was chosen to be the ambassador for Albania at the Olympic Games in Greece in 2004. While they were there in Greece, they had applied again for another chance at the lottery. And what do you know, this time they got through the second stage and they were now on the interview process, which is the final stages to possibly come to the United States and have a chance to be here. One thing led to another, and what do you know, here comes the family. They are on a plane and they are coming here to the United States. All of them together, they all smiles on their faces over there right now because they could remember all the moments that were here. When they showed up here, they got out of the plane, and my lovely wife, Bonnie, and my son, Mitchell, picked them up in the car at Dulles Airport. They had no idea what they were doing. No idea. They stayed in customs for 2 hours, making sure they can get out. And finally, they got through the customs. Bonnie was so gracious, and they can remember vividly the ride in from Dulles Airport to American University. And they had it all set where they were going to pay rent and live in an apartment in Park Bethesda. You guys know Park Bethesda? I think American University used to own Park Bethesda for a couple years. I remember the tears on Zana's face as they were walking around the apartment in their new home in Park Bethesda, Maryland, coming from Albania and saying, now what do we do? Rubena now comes to practice with our team. And I got to tell you that before she even came, there was a little bit of a recruiting process that was going on because they really had some friends that were up in Worcester, Massachusetts. You guys all know who the school is up in Worcester, Massachusetts? Who's the school? That's right, Holy Cross. And so now I got my recruiting gloves on. And ends up that our good buddy, Arbin Gino. Arbin, are you here somewhere? Can't see you very well. Where's Arbin? Stand up if you could, Arbin. There's Arbin out there. Arbin Gino. He gave me the rundown. Arbin's from Albania. He had been here in 1997 and even earlier. And Arbin gave me the rundown on Rubena. Great, great player. Got to do what you can to get her. I'm recruiting now against Holy Cross. And family decides, with a little push from Arbin, I think, as well, knowing them, that they want to come to Washington, D.C. They're with us. They come to the first practice. And Dad, Jamal, shows up at practice with Rubena. Rubena's in there playing for the first times. And Dad is there telling her, hit harder. Hit harder. Yes, and Dad was at the practices, and we had to kind of cool him down a little bit. We were on court A a little bit, and he was leaning over the railing a lot, screaming at her, come on, come on. And we remember it vividly. We were just kidding each other at the table back there. It was quite a nice time, and they arrived. Rubena became quite a success here. She's a record setter in so many ways in the Patriot League. She owns the Patriot League volleyball records, all of them. She's the scorer, number one. She's the attacker, number one. She's the server, number one. She's the All-American. No one's beat her in the 4 years she was there. We were losing games. Rubena would go back to serve. We're winning games easy. It, it was quite a fun ride here. And we had just actually won 4 championships, first 4 in 2001 to 2004. Rubena, all 4 for the next ones for sure. And that's what really got us off to the commanding results that we've had for so long here. And Rubena was such a big part of that, as long as so many of those people in the back here. We have a big old crew of people that are back here supporting Rubena. Stand up if you're here supporting Rubena back there. All you guys. This is all of her teammates that came in from all over the area. Doing a great job. Thank all you guys for coming. I'm very touched by it, and didn't even know if I'd make it through this speech, but I'm sure I'm going to be crying as soon as I get back in that seat right there. Anyway, Rubena is a scholar by any means. She has her undergraduate degree at American University, I think it was in 2008. And she has her master's degree at American University, again, in 2013, I think. And now she has her PhD in 2019, correct? 18, yes. From American University. So I present to you our newly inducted member of the Hall of Fame, Rubena Sukaj.
Hi, everyone. It's an honor for me to have the opportunity to stand before you tonight as an inductee of the 2020 American University Athletic Hall of Fame class. I'm truly humbled and honored to be in this year's class with Irene, Mike, and Ray. This is an accomplishment that I will always cherish with great pride. First, I would like to personally thank and acknowledge Jack Cassell and the Cassell family for all they do for the athletics department and our university. Please know that your support is appreciated and makes a huge impact on our experience as student athletes at AU. I also want to thank the selection committee for the hard work and support you give to making the Cassell Hall of Fame and this event very special. There's no possible way I could stand here tonight and thank everyone that played a role in me being here, but I would like to take the time to recognize some of those individuals. It all starts from my parents. They've always been my biggest fans, my greatest supporters, my rock. Mom, Dad, thank you for all your sacrifices and dedication to Marlon and me. We were lucky to get to be raised in such a healthy and loving environment. Thank you for loving us so unconditionally. Growing up, you have provided the perfect combination of academic and athletic support and guidance. My dad would support us on the athletic side as a former professional basketball player, while Mom would ensure we were on track academically as a university professor. Couldn't ask for a better combo. While my brother Marlon was also very influential, as he was my first teammate. And everything that he was doing, I wanted to do. He was also my first competition in sports and in life, and of course continues to be so, as the only real doctor in the family. Back in Albania, I was picked up by the senior team when I was just 12 years old. My dad was always there to support me. He did not miss a single practice throughout my whole volleyball career in Albania, and let alone games. He would change his work schedule accordingly when it would interfere with practice or game time. So playing away games was always easier in front of crazy crowds, as I could always find him in the crowd, cheering and supporting me. Thank you, Mom, for not only being my biggest volleyball fan, but also being my role model and my support system. We started from scratch when we moved to DC, and even though you already had a PhD from back home, you still went back to school and got a master's degree from GW at more than 50 plus years old. You taught me and showed me by example how hard work and how it always perseveres, how to always be positive if you give it your best efforts because results do follow. I was quite fortunate to have both of you move here with me to the US my freshman year and continue to be fortunate to have you here cheering me on through every stage of life. Thank you, Arben, for being the bridge connecting Albanian volleyball players to Coach Goldberg and AU. Thank you for opening the door for us. You have changed not only our volleyball careers of so many Albanian players, but you've changed also our life path. Thank you for doing that and being so humble and so passionate about our sport and players in the US and in Albania. Thank you, Coach, for taking a chance on me and taking such good care of me. I was not the typical international recruit. On one side, it was easy, as I already had a permanent resident card, so there was no need to deal with any international visa issues. My grades and my TOEFL and SAT scores were good to get me admitted at AU and also get me an academic scholarship right away. On the other side, by taking a chance on me and recruiting me, you recruited a whole family from Albania, not just a player. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for becoming family to us. The moment that your amazing wife Bonnie picked us up from the airport when we first set foot in the US will be cherished from us forever. Never have I been or will be happier to see someone wearing and pointing at an AU sweatshirt. Thank you to both of you for welcoming us. My very first semester, I was 2 weeks late for classes because of a national team tournament. Thank you for being patient until I figured things out, and for pushing me and helping me the best player I could possibly be during my whole career here. I'll never forget running home from practice in Albania to talk to you on the phone in English, because back in the day, you could only call players on their home phone. I was so nervous during this conversation in English, and you would ask if I would still come to the US if my parents did not win the second phase of the permanent resident lottery. Luckily, I never had to make that choice. But coming here and having the honor of playing on your team was a true dream come true. As you all know, volleyball is the ultimate team sport, and no one gets these awards alone. I'm honored so many of my AU teammates are here today. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you to the out-of-towners for pleasantly surprising me last night and also today. This achievement is a team effort, and I share with all of you. From my volleyball career, what I value the most is the relationships that I've made. I've gained my best friends through the AU experience. Even 10 plus years after graduating, we continue to bring out the best in each other, point out our strengths, and support each other in every step of our lives, just like we did during our volleyball days. And from seeing all of you here, I'm still very humbled and blessed to have you all in my life. The game of volleyball has been very good to me. It's opened doors that I never thought possible, allowed me to visit so many different places with the national team, provided me with the opportunity to get an education while playing the sport that I love in the States, and a taste of the professional experience after graduation. Thank you, volleyball, for the unforgettable opportunities that changed not only my path in life, but that of my entire family. Thank you for introducing me to my best friends, and thank you, AU. So I want to dedicate this award to my family who is here tonight. Mom, Dad, Marlon, Brigitte, Brandon, this is for you. I love you.